So he's on the floor with his teammates. There's a good look at Horsburgh Gymnasium, the Spartan in the middle. And this is a good winter to warm up by coming inside the gym here at the Veal Center and watching your Spartan men and women's basketball team, because they're talented and they're playing great basketball. Case will win the opening tip, and Jimmy Holman will set the offense for the Spartans as we are underway here at Horsburgh Gymnasium. One of the things, Eddie, that Brandeis will really try to do is limit possessions. They like to play a slower game. Connor Riddell inside off the glass against Cooper, won't go. Connor fighting for his own rebound. Ball's out of bounds, and it's off Case, and the judges will have it on their first offensive possession. Brandeis has about 62 possessions a game. Case goes about 72. Brandeis really likes to play it slow.
And Ron, this is going to be one of the best half-court matchups that we will see in the UAA. The Spartans love to execute that offense, and Brandeis defends well in the half-court.
Tim Reel with a ball fake, dribbles in, draws the defense. They're going to swing it. They get a shot inside off the glass, and it's up and good for Brandeis. That's Colby Smith with the first basket of the afternoon.
And ball movement is going to be key when you're settling in that half court. You can't get stiff with the ball.
Julian Person on the left wing for Case. Trying to work it inside. The ball is turned over. Here come the judges the other way. Tim Reel all the way off the glass. Shot was blocked before it got to the glass. And Brandeis will keep it as Case knocked it out of bounds.
I think Tim Reel was trying to raise some eyebrows there by trying to finish off the possession early and go right to the rack. Now that'll make the Spartans think a little bit and set the tone for later on in the game.
This is Powell with the basketball, working against Connor Riddell. Nice strong move to the basket, got the roll and the foul.
Strong move by Powell. It's going to be interesting to see how Sean McDonald, the Spartans, combats the bigs for Brandeis here today, because he rotated bigs on Friday against NYU. We're going to have to keep an eye on those matchups for the judges as well defensively.
Well, the first move has just happened. Coach McDonald put Eric Black in off the bench to sub out Connor Riddell. Black, the freshman from St. Ignatius High School in Avon Lake. Eric Black, a 6'7", 205-pound freshman. He gets now the lovely assignment of matching up against John Powell. 5-0 early lead here for Brandeis. That's Holman, pulls up from 16 feet.
Holman has had his shot falling from mid-range, Ron. I mean, he is in his zone offensively with a pull-up jumper in traffic.
So we'll watch the matchup between Eric Black and John Powell. He just switched out, and Clements is on him now. Drive by Powell, missed it, but the rebound by the guard wouldn't go. Ball's loose. Holman comes up with it. Brandeis with a foul in the backcourt. Foul's going to go against Vilmont Robinson. That will be his first. First foul on Robinson, first team foul for Brandeis. Spartans down 3 early on here, just about 2 minutes gone in game 1 of a doubleheader this afternoon from Horsburgh Gymnasium. This is Jimmy Holman bringing the ball up for Case. Holman on the season, their top point guard, averaging 5 assists per game. That's Clements with a ball fake. Try to get it inside to Eric Black. Ball was saved by Powell. Here comes Brandeis the other way. This is Tim Reel with it, right wing. Reel's going to swing it. Powell's got it now, top of the key. Powell driving in, shot up and good. It has been all John Powell so far. He's got 5 of the 7.
Well, whenever John Powell touches the ball in between the circles, the Spartans are going to give him room, but he penetrated the lane right there and found a little space.
Brian Clements working, or actually that's Eric Black working inside. Ball got stripped. Shot up missed. Eric Black with the rebound for Case. Coach McDonald wants them to run the offense. Black sets a high screen. Dane McLaughlin tries to get it into Eric, kicks it back to Dane McLaughlin, spots up and knocks it down. Remember on Friday night, McLaughlin, who leads this team in scoring and is in the 1,000-point club here at Case did not score in the first half. They did not need him to score in the first half. Dane really didn't even shoot the ball much in the first half.
Yeah, well, he commands so much presence from your defense that he does make other players better.
Jordan Cooper with an off-balance layup that went off the glass. 9-4. 5-point spread has stayed solid and consistent here so far this first half for Brandeis. They led 5-0, 7-2. And now 9-4. Ball's out of bounds. It is off of Brandeis. Case will keep it. 3 subs off the bench for the Spartans. David Black is in. Matt Clark as well as Spencer Boyd. Brian Clements will take a seat. Jimmy Holman and Julian Person also. Jordan Dean's going to come into the game for Case.
Yeah, and Ron, it's going to be important that the Spartans continue to have a productive bench. Their second game in the last 3 days. It's going to test their endurance for 40 minutes here this afternoon.
So Case is David Black, Matt Clark, Jordan Dean, Dane McLaughlin, and Spencer Boyd on the floor right now. The lone starter in that 5 is McLaughlin. This is Dean with the basketball. That half-court defense that Eddy mentioned for Brandeis. They want to limit the possessions. This is Clark with penetration. Shot high off the glass, won't go, and Powell comes down with a rebound. This is Tim Reel in the right corner. Clark on him. Reel gets the baseline, gets the layup.
Well, thus far, Tim Reel has had his opportunities cutting into the paint. Spartan's going to try to shut him down.
Brandeis is red hot right now, possession and percentage-wise. Clark inside with a great feed from David Black. Matt Clark with a nice layup. Beautiful backdoor cut along the baseline. Black found him. A three-pointer, and it's good for Jordan Cooper. Cooper's got 5. John Powell did a nice job. He had possession with it in the far right corner far left corner near the Case bench, and he had court awareness. Saw his teammate all the way across the court and found him for a wide open 3. This is Dean with the basketball. Clark steps up. The lefty shoots the 3, misses it left. Rebound falls to McLaughlin. Shot up, was blocked, but not before John Powell fouled Dane McLaughlin.
And Ron, that's another thing that is going to give matchup problems for opposing defenses for the Spartans, because they have 2 left-handed shooters on the floor, and the mentality is a little different in terms of how much space you're going to give the defender, what side of him are you going to guard. They got 2 of them on the floor right now, and it's working for the Spartans.
So McLaughlin, an outstanding free throw shooter at 88%, makes his first. Dane from St. Charles Prep in Westerville, Ohio. Case 11-2. The last time they lost was early December to Division I Bucknell. The judges of Brandeis, though, who have knocked off the #1 team in the country at the time, it was Amherst. They beat them at Amherst, so they are certainly a basketball team not to be ignored, and that's working inside to one of their top players, Jordan Cooper. Cooper's going to go to the line. He'll shoot 2. The foul's on McLaughlin, his first. Cooper's a 69% free throw shooter.
And he's also their leading 3-point shooter, as we saw him just a couple minutes ago step outside the arc and knock one down. So they're going to have to defend him in all areas of the floor if they want to shut him down, Ron.
Brandeis has 2 guys that average in double figures. And it's the man at the free throw line right now, and then his teammate John Powell. Both average 11 points per game. So they are certainly the focus of the offense, and they have been so far. Cooper with that makes got 6, and Powell has 5. So they have 11 of the 15 points so far for Brandeis. This is Matt Clark with the basketball. Gets a high screen from David Black, loses the ball off of Spencer Boyd's hand, or maybe Clark's, one of the 2. Nonetheless, a Case Spartan, and the judges get it back.
Well, a rarity for the Spartans. I mean, Ron, they've got good forwards, especially off the bench with Boyd and Clark, that can handle the basketball. Just a rare turnover right there. We'll give it back to the judges.
Nice possession that time defensively for Case. Matt Clark deflected it to Jordan Dean. David Black spots up a 3. Soft shot, it's good.
Well, and it is a soft touch from David Black, but that's the shot that he's gone with for his entire basketball career. And if he gets it in between the circles, watch out. That's one of his favorite spots to shoot the long ball.
Brandeis the other way. Spotting up for three for the judges. Rolls and drops. It's Colby Smith. You don't want to trade three-point baskets, though, especially when you're down 7. Another high screen, clears Clark. They move it to McLaughlin. Now they'll swing it to Spencer Boyd. Good crossover from Matt Clark. Dribbles in off the glass and good.
Got to give Matt Clark a lot of credit, because usually when the screen comes one way, you kind of naturally tend to favor that direction. While he went the opposite direction and found some room.
Matt Clark's got 4, and somebody's got to guard that young man. Colby Smith has got 7 on his own. He has suddenly taken over the scoring lead for the Brandeis judges. This is Dean over to David Black. Spots up, another soft 3, and he makes it. David Black has 22 threes on the season. That's second on the team. Dave McLaughlin is almost doubled out that. He's at 41. But it's nice to have a freshman off the bench hit threes like that. Whistle on a foul. It's going to go against Jordan Dean. Foul on the floor. That will be Dean's first. Eric Black and Julian Person checking in. Dave McLaughlin will get his first rest of the afternoon. Spencer Boyd will also take a seat. Sean McDonald trying to figure out how to cut into this lead. We need a defensive stop. That's one way to start it. We got an illegal screen. Brandeis will turn the ball over on a foul. Sam Dowden, number 15, with the foul for Brandeis. And the Spartans will get it back, so that's just as good as a defensive stop. So now, Eddie, they've got a chance to cut this lead to 2, maybe even 1 if they hit another 3.
Right, and I think Sean McDonald wants to combat this Brandeis lead with some energy with the 2 freshmen, David and Eric Black, on the floor, because they always bring it down low, especially on the offensive glass.
Nice pass to Eric Black from Jordan Dean, and the Spartans have an easy 2. Well, they play well together, David and Eric, the twin brothers from Avon Lake. So Coach McDonald likes to have them on the floor at the same time. 1-6-7, 1-6-5, and there's a 3-pointer from a 5'11 sophomore guard, Vilmont Robinson.
And this is a Brandeis team, Ron, that does not shoot many threes. They've only got 77 makes coming into today's game, and the Spartans have almost 115. But they've had it falling early for one reason or another.
Shooting percentage has got to be high for Brandeis. Maybe we can check the stat sheet and see what it is this opening half. That's Meehan for a 3. He's one of their sharpshooters. Off the bench, missed it, and Jordan Dean comes down with a rebound. On the season, Brandeis is shooting 43% from the field. This is Clark drawing the D. David Black with another 3, but this one's in and out.
Yeah, they're 9 of their first 14 from the field, the judges are, so they are hot from the field.
Judges up 5. The lead was as great as 8 at 14-6 with 15 minutes to play in the opening half. We're now just about 11 minutes left. So the Spartans have cut into that lead in the last 4 minutes, and Brandeis throws it away. Rotation continues for Case. Brian Clements, Dave McLaughlin back on the floor, along with Jimmy Holman. So we got Eric Black, McLaughlin, Julian Person, Brian Clements, and Jimmy Holman now on the floor for Case. Person kicks it back to Holman, gets it inside to Eric Black. Black's got a great drop step on display there. Eric Black with 4. Judges the other way. Meehan with a nice feed inside. Brian Clements got beat, and then he fouled the boot. That's Connor Arnold with the basketball, or with the basket. He's got the hoop and the foul. Clements with his first foul. 5 team fouls for Case. So Connor Arnold's at the foul line, where he is a 71% free throw shooter.
And he just got scored on the other end by Eric Black, so a little bit of a revenge factor here for Arnold, as giving up a couple of inches to his matchups at 6'4", but he goes back up strong and lays it in for the judges.
26-20 judges, 10:24 left. Case wants a timeout. This little one just wants a sip. We'll be back.
I have this cool cash. What can I do with it? You can turn it into a hot meal at Rascal House. It's the best value in town. What do they have there? Buckets of wings, pasta, sandwiches, salads, and of course, great pizza. Are they open late? You bet. Open every night till 2:30 a.m. And you can even build your own pizza and order it online at rascalhousepizza.com. Cool. See you at the Spartans game? Yep, and see you after at Rascal House.
Welcome back to the Horsburgh Gymnasium, where the Case Western Reserve Spartan men trail the Brandeis judges 26-20. A hot shooting start from the floor for Brandeis, as they have shot 10 of 15 in terms of field goals at a 67% clip.
Well, if you're Case, you got to wonder, can they keep that up the whole game? That's what you're thinking right now. If you're Case, you're thinking stay close, and Brandeis at some time is going to cool off. Foul inside on Brandeis. Fouls on Sam Dowden. That is his first. Actually, it's Dowden's second. Fourth team foul for Brandeis. Case will keep it. Eric Black gets it deep in the backcourt, hands it off to Holman. They're going to swing it to Julian Person. Person looking inside, gets a high screen from Clements, dribbles in, puts up a 15-footer, and it's good. Julian Person with his first basket. Julian on the season averaging 10 points. This is the spot Case has been in a couple of times. They get to within 4. And then Brandeis comes down and hits a 3. Spartans will look for another defensive stop. This is Meehan with the basketball. Connor Arnold's going to hand it off to Heyman. Gets it back to Heyman. Heyman with the left-hand dribble. Reel, ball fake left, dribbles right, slipped, and we got a whistle and a foul on the floor. Foul's going to go against Julian Person. Well, it looks like Tim Reel just lost his footing. Foul's going to go against Person. That's his first. Reel's going to shoot 2. First one gets a tour of the rim, and it's good. He's a 53% free throw shooter.
And Ron, really, this was the first time that we saw the judges go deep into the shot clock, having it go down to single digits, because they played a little bit, so to speak, out of character thus far. They have hit some 3 balls, which is, you know, more the half-court offense, which is what they like to execute. But thus far, playing well on offense.
Reel makes them both. He's got 4, leads back to 6. Ball's loose. Meehan steals it for Brandeis. Here come the judges the other way. Jordan Cooper and John Powell, the top 2 scorers for Brandeis, now back in the game for the judges. Meehan draws the defense, kicks it out, and he stepped on the baseline as he was drawing that defense. So teams will trade turnovers.
And that is something on Friday, Ron, that the Spartans did not win the turnover battle. So if there was one thing that they could have improved on from the last game against NYU, it was taking a little bit better care of the basketball.
Jimmy Holman spots up, shot short. Meehan comes down with a rebound. Brandeis quickly the other way. Missed the dunk. That was Powell. Should have laid it up and in. That would have brought the lead back to 8 for Brandeis. This is Person. Case needs a bucket. Clements with a ball fake. Powell's going to get called for the blocking foul. That will be his second. You don't see Brian Clements do that often, get the ball on the wing and ball fake and drive to the basket, but in that case, it certainly worked. There's John Powell. He'll take a seat. He's their most valuable guy. They just certainly don't want him with 3 fouls early in the first half. Coming off the bench for Brandeis is KJ Baptiste. It's been a tough go so far for the Spartans. McLaughlin with his 6th point of the opening half.
Well, that is his bread and butter play coming off of the inbound. A little curl for McLaughlin and a quick, crisp pull-up jumper.
Baseline drive, and he stepped out of bounds again. Second possession in a row that Brandeis has gone baseline and stepped out of bounds. So here we go. The Spartans with a chance to break the 4-point barrier. Brandeis just trying to hold on, stays shooting sharp. McLaughlin, speaking of a sharp shooter, missed that bad. Eric Black with the rebound, back to Dane. Knocked out of bounds by the judges. That was Vilmont Robinson with active hands in the passing lane. Boy, that might be the ugliest shot I've ever seen Dane McLaughlin shoot. I say that with great respect because he's one of the best shooters that's ever played here. Officials are conferencing. They're looking at the clock. I think they're talking probably about the shot clock, what to adjust it to. So it drops from 32 to 21.
Jimmy, take it low with the dribble.
Julian Person will inbound it for Case. They'll swing it to Jimmy Holman. Holman to the great drop stepper, Eric Black. Boy, he had a great move and missed the bunny. Dane McLaughlin keeps it open. This is Holman, draw the defense. 7:30 left to play, opening half, 25 on the shot clock. Person, step off, and he pushed off. Bucket will not count. It's going to be a foul on Julian Person. Offensive foul on the senior. That's his second.
And with John Powell off of the floor for the judges' run, Spartans looking to pick up the pace on the offensive end of the glass, and they got one there so they can extend the possession and eat up some clock, but they come away empty.
So Jimmy Holman will start the defense for Case. This has been a first half dominated, at least scoring-wise, by Brandeis. They have shot the ball very well. Matt Clark guarding Jordan Cooper. Cooper trying to post him up. Clark draws the foul. Foul's going to be on Matt Clark. Went across the forearm of Jordan Cooper as Cooper went up for the shot on the spin. That is Matt's first. It's a mismatch. I can't believe that's the matchup that Sean wants. You've got Clark at 6'2", trying to guard a 6'6", 210-pound Jordan Cooper. That is in Brandeis' favor. Cooper's at the foul line.
And he brings a really fantastic amount of energy as well, Ron. I mean, this is a forward that can run the length of the floor, can knock down an outside jumper, and he is so strong down low. I mean, that's going to be a matchup that the Spartans are going to want to look at going forward.
Well, he's kind of an enigma defensively because he's big and strong, like you said, can score inside, but he also leads this team with three-pointers, 17 from the outside. So he's a really tough matchup for pretty much any team. He's got 8 as he makes both free throws, and the lead's back to 6 for Brandeis. Eric Black with a high screen, kicks it to David. He's got 2 threes, make it 3.
Wow, and a very impressive array of three-point shooting for the young man, David Black. He is stretching the floor and spreading things out for Brandeis defensively. And you talk about another matchup nightmare too, Ron. David is certainly one of them.
Jordan Dean with some defense, but a better shot by Tim Reel. Reel's got 6. Lead is back to 5. This is David Black with a ball fake. Nice job that time. Shot off the glass, missed it. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Case will keep it. David did a nice job of drawing the defense out. He'd made 3 threes. He put up a ball fake on a 3 and then dribbled by the defense and had a chance at a layup. This is Dean, he'll inbound it, and there's David with his 3-point attempt. This one missed long, and down with the rebounds, Robinson. Here comes Vilmont the other way. Going to kick it out to Reel. They're going to swing it all the way across the court to Cooper. Now they'll bring it back in the middle. 6:08 left to play, opening half. Case is down 5. It has been a consistent 5-point, even stretched to 8-point lead at one point for Brandeis in this first half. Clark down the floor for Case. Clark splits the middle, kicks it off. Eric Black up with a dunk. Eric Black up with 2 hands.
And that was so important for Black to get to the other end because he was waiting for Matt. He was waiting for that pass. He knew it was going to come. That's solid team chemistry right there. They have had that working in their favor all season long.
Jordan Dean with a great job of drawing that defense. Creating an opening for Black to dunk it. There's Cooper. He's just trouble. He's got 10.
Well, that has been the problem for the Spartans this afternoon, Ron. Just trading more buckets. It seems like anything that Spartans do on the offensive end, the judges have an answer for it with an offensive shot of their own.
The Great Dane with his 8th point. 34-31. This has been a lot of scoring. I think more scoring in the first half than Coach McDonald expected out of this Brandeis team. They are 0-6 when their opponent scores more than 60 points. So Sean really felt that if his team, which I think has scored less than 60 points only twice this year, if his team was just status quo, they would feel good about this matchup. But Brandeis has really come out offensively and done a nice job. It's Eric and David Black playing catch. That's David for 3, top of the key, missed it short. That would have tied the game with 4.5 minutes left. Brian Meehan's going to take a timeout for the Brandeis judges. His club's looking good. They're up 3 with 4:25, but Case is holding tight. They're sticking around. We hope you do too. We'll be back.
Intercontinental Suites has been transformed into much more than a hotel. It is a center of wellness and tranquility, featuring renovated suites, an expanded fitness center, and pure rooms for guests requiring the most allergen-resistant rooms on the market. C2, our Mediterranean-style restaurant and bar, accentuates the ambiance of relaxation and rejuvenation. Chef Omar Jones has designed a menu full of fresh, locally grown herbs and vegetables, along with a flavorful cuisine inspired by the beneficial Mediterranean diet. Call the Intercontinental today at 216-707-4300 or visit us at hotelsclevelandclinic.com or on Facebook.
The judges break their huddle, 6-7 on the season, 3-5 on the road, but they've got 2 very quality wins this year. They knocked off number 1 at the time, number 1 in the country, Amherst College, on the road. And then they also beat NYU. Trying to win one on the road here today, but Case is trying to improve to 12-2 in the season. They come out with great defense. Jordan Dean saves it. Eric Black will control it in the backcourt, and Matt Clark will bring it up. A swipe steal by Vilmont Robinson goes up and lays it up the other way. Robinson's got 5.
Well, on Friday, the Violets had 10 fast break points against the Spartans and 2 more for the judges here. That has been working in their favor a little bit.
Eric Black looks at a 3. Ball's tipped out of bounds, I believe, by Matt Clark. Yes, it was, and Brandeis will keep it. Brandeis will get it back. There was a time this Brandeis team from 2007 and 2010, the Brandeis basketball men's program was one of the top programs in the country in Division III. They had made 4 straight NCAA tournaments. Twice in that 4-year stretch, they had made it to the Elite 8. That was a time when they were getting some international players. Every couple of years, they would have somebody that was just outstanding. Coach Brian Meehan had really opened up his recruiting. They've got a Division II player on the team this year, the transfer. Bucket and the foul. Driving bucket that time by Samuel Dowden. Fouls on Jordan Dean, that's his 2nd. Dowden with his first basket of the afternoon. He'll look for the 3-point play. If he makes it, he'll take the lead back to 8, which was at its largest when it was 14-6 early on.
And that is exactly how you draw it up if you are Brian Meehan in the judges. You get the shot clock down to about 6 or 7, then you put your foot on the gas pedal and go hard to the rim. And again, another 3-point play on the way.
Dowden's free throw is good. He's got 3, and it's now an 8-point lead. With 15 minutes left in the opening half, it was an 8-point lead for Brandeis at 14-6. Now with 3 minutes left, it's back to that 8-point lead at 39-31. David Black inside, off the glass, he gets the roll. They needed it. Boy, you talked about the matchup problems that David Black possesses, and there's a great example of it. He had hit 3 threes before that inside possession where he goes inside, bangs with bodies, and scores off the glass. He's got 11. Spartans had drawn the game to 3 at 32-29 with 5:38 left in the opening half, and then Brandeis went on a mini run, opened it back up. Slowing that possession down now, really kind of showing the style that they like to play. And when you're playing with a 6-point lead, slowing it down is not a bad idea. Very early in this game, though, we're just 2:20 left in the first half. Real with a long 3. That was way out there. The shot clock was down, and here comes Jimmy Holman the other way to Dane McLaughlin from about 23. Missed it short, and down with the rebound is Brandeis. This is Colby Smith the other way. Smith to Robinson, and Robinson-Vilmont goes inside, missed the shot, but he was fouled, I believe. They're going to say the foul went on Matt Clark. That is his second.
And again, Ron, we talk about the Violets running a little bit on the Spartans Friday. Well, the judges have done that in spurts here today. Little transition offense action for Brandeis, and it has done them some favors, and it's kept them hot offensively. That you're really not going to hit as big of a lull offensively if you're running on a team, and that's what Brandeis is doing here this afternoon. That's kept them hot offensively, is that shooting percentage still at about 60%.
Well, from the foul line, they have made 9 of 10 free throws with that make. Case is 2 of 3. Case has only been to the line 3 times. Brandeis has been to the line 10 times in this opening half. It's a 7-point difference at the line, and it's an 8-point difference in the game, so that has been significant. This is Spencer Boyd with the basketball. Crossover dribble, lost it. Eric Black to Dane McLaughlin for 3, and he gets it.
Something we haven't mentioned yet, Ron, is that is the 196th 3-ball in McLaughlin's career. The all-time record at Case, 199. He's got a chance to tie it or break it this afternoon.
Another 3 in the air for Brandeis. Boy, they have had the answer this entire first half. That was Robinson-Vilmont for 3. Lead is back to 8 for the judges. David Black with the basketball. Gonna weave it with Jimmy Holman. Holman back to David Black. A nice pick and roll that time. Nobody picked up David Black after he set a high screen, and he had an easy bucket. Boy, they've got to play defense now. Coach McDonald wants the defense to come out. Spencer Boyd is answering his coach's call along with Dane McLaughlin. They're really stretching that defense out in between the circles. Driving is Tim Reel off the glass. Tip shot won't go. Eric Black fights for the rebound. Eric Black gets it, and Reel fouled him in the backcourt.
Well, that is exactly what they want from the young freshman Eric Black. They want him to be active on the defensive glass and add more possessions because, as we mentioned before, Ron, the way that Brandeis is built offensively, you're not going to get very many possessions because they eat up a lot of clock. That's why they need the young freshman Eric Black to help them control the glass and control the boards.
So the foul on Reel was his first. It's the 7th team foul for Brandeis in this opening half. So Black's at the line. He'll shoot the 1-and-1. Shot was missed, ball's loose, and Brandeis controls it. Boyd again with defensive pressure up top. 36 seconds left in the opening half. Case is down 6. Reel. On the drive for Brandeis, missed. David Black fighting for the rebound. Ball tipped out of bounds off Brandeis. Robinson-Vilmont, I think, hit it. So Case has got 25 seconds. 25 seconds for a final shot in this opening half.
And you got a chance to come within a possession, too, if you can step outside the arc and knock down a triple.
12 seconds on the game clock. David Black with it, with a weave to McLaughlin. 7 seconds. We're at 5. Jimmy Holman for 3. Missed it long. David Black for 3 at the buzzer, and he misses it long as well. Case had 2 good looks, but they'll go into halftime down 6. It's been a battle.